Hi guys, I just got home from my first Pride market. It was amazing. It was a super fun event. The weather was pretty bad at the beginning, but it turned out really good. So whenever we got there, it wasn't raining, but we knew it was probably going to. But they told us that they weren't going to refund our money if we didn't go, and I already really wanted to go, so we decided to go anyways. And I do have walls for my tent, so we put 2 of the walls up, and then it started pouring, and so we had to put the 3rd wall up, and it was raining a lot. A lot of people got soaked. I felt really bad for the people that didn't have the tents and for the customers that were there, but then some people started bringing around ponchos, and then the rain stopped for a little bit. It did come back a little bit more, but it didn't rain as hard. I did have issues with my tent leaking, and so I had to move some things. Some things were getting wet because of the rain. So the first hour was not super fun. That was a little bit stressful with items getting wet, but we realized there were little holes. I don't know if like they're made like that, maybe it's a vent in the tent, and those tiny holes were dripping water constantly, and so my chair got soaked, and it's like a fabric chair, and so we had to get some duct tape, and we duct taped over those holes, and so that kept most of the rain out after that.
This was the beginning of the market. This is when it first started raining, and it did end up raining harder than this. I ended up having to move a lot of stuff around because of the rain. It was dripping a lot onto this table.
But anyways, after the rain, it was a great event. There were a lot of people that came out, a lot of vendors too. I think there was 110 vendors, something like that. So it was a really big event. And a lot of people did come out, even though it was raining in the beginning. So I'm going to go ahead and get into what I sold. As usual, I'm going to put a picture up here of the item. I believe most of the items I do have a picture of, but if I don't, let's say I only have a picture of a pink one, but I sold a purple one, then I'm going to put the picture of the pink one. So the first thing that I sold was a pickle and an axolotl. Those sold together for $35. The pickle is $15 and the axolotl is $20. Then I sold a cow. It's the laying down cow. This one was a pattern test that I did for 0 gravity crochet, and that cow sold for $25. Now at this event, I knew I was gonna have a Pride market, and my cousin that lives out of state came to town, and we love to craft together, and she likes to do a lot of bead work, and so we worked on some earrings together. So I had some Pride earrings that me and my cousin made, so I sold 2 of those, and so those sold for $5 each, so 10 total. Next, I sold 3 items to one person. I think she was getting them for her kids. So the first thing was a rainbow that sold for $12, and then a mini possum and a blue axolotl, which if you've seen my recent videos, you know I just decided to make a blue one, so I'm glad that sold. So all 3 of those sold together for $57. And then I sold another axolotl, and I believe this is my last one, so I sold out of them. And I had planned to make more, but my wrist was hurting, so I didn't have any more made than that. But I know that if I had more, I probably would have sold them, because I did have a couple people asking about the axolotls, and I had to say, sorry, I'm out. So I definitely need to make some more axolotls. Then I sold a baby dino. I think this was a sitting dino. I actually was not at my booth when this one sold, so I'm not sure exactly which one it was. But I do 2 baby dinos that I kind of consider both baby dinos, a Triceratops and a sitting dino. I think this one was a sitting one. And then that same person also bought my last leggy frog. I didn't realize that I only had one left, so that was the last Leggy Frog, so I need to make some more of those as well. And so those two together sold for $35. Next, I sold a popping jellyfish. So this is like the popping mushrooms that I make a lot, except it's a jellyfish. So it is from Cable and Canvas. And I really like the mushrooms the most. I don't know why. I really like making the mushrooms more than I like making the jellyfish. And so I only have one, I believe I only have one popping jellyfish left, and I'm kind of trying to decide if I want to make more or if I want to just sell that one and take them off of my list and not have them anymore. It's not that I hate making them, it's just not my favorite, so kind of thinking about that. But that sold for $20. And then I sold another rainbow earrings, and that sold for $5. And then I sold a popping mushroom. That sold for $15. And then I sold one of my mini chicks, and that sold for $12. Oh, actually, that sold for $10. I wasn't at my booth and that wasn't marked, so that was my bad. It actually got sold for $10 instead of $12. And then I sold another pair of earrings, and that sold for $5. And then I sold a mini Octo. The mini Octo sold for $10. And then I sold a bandana for $30. Next, I sold two items together, a popping mushroom and a baby dino. I think this one was a Triceratops. So those sold together for $30. Next, I sold these really cute earrings that has like a cloud with the rainbow coming out from it. And those sold for $25. And then I sold my shrimp, which I'm really excited about because I've had it around for a while. That one sold for $22. And then I sold an Octo, and this is the one that I embroidered the eyes on. I was trying to make a sleepy octopus. I couldn't really tell if the eyes looked sleepy or angry, but it's supposed to be a sleepy one, and this girl just really, really wanted it, so I was glad that one sold. Next, I sold a baby alien for $12. This is the first one that I've sold of these. I made 3, and I think I've had them at 2 or 3 markets now, and this is the first one that sold. Next, I sold a mini bunny and a popping mushroom together. Those sold for $23 together. And then I sold another baby dino, and this was a sitting dino, and that sold for $15. Next, I sold another popping mushroom. I had put out all of them at this point, and by the end of the market, I only had one left. So I definitely need to make some more. I think I started the market with like 6 of them. I only had like 3 out in the beginning, and then I brought 3 or 4 more out and left with only 1. So those were definitely really popular at this event. And then I sold another bandana for $30, and this lady had the cutest dog, and I got to pet it, and we talked a lot about our dogs and our dog's DNA tests and all that, so that was super cool. And then I sold a round frog. I haven't sold one of these in a while. I think it's mostly because they just kind of blend in to each other, and with my Leggy frogs, how I have them displayed. But I was glad to sell one of those, and that sold for $10. And then I sold 2 more pop mushrooms, so both of those sold for $15 each. And then I sold my large dino. I only had one at this market, and for maybe the first half of the market, nobody really looked at it. Nobody said anything about it, and usually they get a lot of compliments and people picking them up. And so that large dino sold for $40. I am definitely going to have to make some more for my next market. And then I sold a bee for $15. Next, I sold a rainbow for $12. And this lady said that she has a local shop near me and that she wanted to have it for display in her shop, which I thought was really cool. So I'm definitely going to have to check out her shop sometime. And then I sold a corn for $20. The corn got a lot of attention at this market. They usually do get quite a few comments, but this one was a lot. Like, a lot of people were picking it up and a lot of people were talking about it. And so I finally sold one. And then I sold a Leggy Chicky for $30. And that one was a yellow one. My last few markets I've only been selling the white one, so I was glad to sell a yellow one this time. And then I sold a Pickle for $15. And then I sold another Octo for $12. And then right as we were closing up, these two girls came back and they're like, wait, can I still buy something? And it was like right before we had packed everything up. And so they got a mini Octo and a Leggy Chicky. So those sold for $40 total. So this market was really fun and I did sell a lot of items. I'm gonna put the video up of after the market and you can kind of tell that a lot of things are missing. Like there's a lot of empty spaces there that wouldn't normally be empty.
So this is my booth before the market, and this is before we put up the walls, right before it started raining. I did have to cut the sound out of this part because they did have some music playing and they had some live bands as well. Here's a better look at some of the earrings that I had. And here is my booth after the market. As you can see, there are quite a few things missing in those first few baskets.
So the total for this market, I made $684, which is really great. That's a really good market for me. And especially for it being my first time at this market and with it pouring rain, I mean pouring rain for like probably an hour and a half of the market. That is amazing to have made that much. So that was super fun. I really hope that I can do this market again in the future. I didn't sell quite as many of the pride themed items as I was expecting to. I made quite a few rainbow bees and some rainbows and some bandanas that I made in pride colors, and I didn't sell that many of those items, which I was a little surprised about, but I just got accepted for another pride market next month. So I will already have those items ready to go for that market and hopefully some of them will sell there. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite item was that I sold today at this market. If you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a like and make sure you're subscribed so you can see my next videos. I've got some more markets coming up soon.